everybody and welcome to the Flower Patch. My name's Iris Smith and I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Right, thank you so much guys for your wonderful comments concerning the wreath that I did for the little old lady yesterday. She was very overwhelmed by it and there was a few little tears. So she invited me in for a cup of coffee and we had a little chat about her husband. It was, you know, the best I could do for her, and I was more than happy to sit and listen to her wonderful stories about her and her husband. So today I thought I'm going to make something instead of a wreath slightly different. I've got 3 rings that I've got out, and I've placed them inside each other and put tie wraps on, or cable ties on the top, and a bit of glue to make sure they don't move and slide side to side. What we're going to do is place a bow on the top, and I want to place a poinsettia or something like that, gold in the center here. I want to attach some floral foam a little bit under here and a little bit on the inside as well. But I also, and you can get those rings anywhere, just type in Google wooden rings and they should all come up. I have got a roll of this. I've undone it. Where on here, I'm hoping there's enough. I want to attach this grapevine onto the sides of the rings, and I want to go all the way round with it. Again, I'm hoping there's enough. So we've got that. The bow that I've made, it's only because we're doing it in with some gold, and I have made it with a Christmas tree with snow flakes on and gold stitching on the edge. I've got gold, just a little gold with a bit of sparkle in it, the plain frayed edge ribbon and a dark emerald green. And I've also added a few little strips, and this isn't wired, of velvet sage green, tiny ribbon just to hang loose and just flop over, and I want to attach that to the top. I've got 2 poinsettias out. I've cut one down because I was trying to have a look to see if it would fit, and because the stem's this long it was getting in the way, so I cut it down just to try and see what it would look like, and that's what gave me the idea. And I'm also going to do it a slightly little bit different. I'm not adding in foliage, what's basically, you know, ficus or eucalyptus or willow. I'm trying to stick to all things like pine foliage. So I've got the conifer, which is under, you know, classed as pine. So I've got a few bits of those out. I've also grabbed a handful of the small mountain pine as well. I've cut off a branch, a few bits of tree pine. Again, I don't want them too long. I've just grabbed this out. I know I've got some ornaments in there that I've cut down ready, but some pine, mountain pine with some pine cones and a few little berries. We've got that as well. I've also got some plain and some flocked little pine needles as well in this bag. I have brought out just a few of the little pine cones in case I think the big pine cones are a bit too heavy. I've got 3 pieces I've cut off of the small little pine tree with the little pine cones popping out. So I've cut those and they're flocked. I've also got my pine needles that I sprayed myself with floral spray, so I may use some of those in it. And I've also got, I brought 4 pieces out to be on the safe side of my long mountain pine. I think I may only need 3, but I bought 4 out just in case. So it's all to do with pine. So like, you know, forest pine and things like that. But in gold, I have bought out some gold holly. I don't know whether I may need to get some more, but other things in gold. And I've just got these little pine needled foliage as well. So everything is to do, as far as I can see, with pine needles and pine trees and things like that, mountain pine. So I want all the foliage to just be around that specific type. So I want to bring the camera down because I have cut 2 pieces of dried foam, the smaller one for the bottom, and I think, yes, and the bigger one for the top. And I want to attach those onto the rings with cable ties, and then I want to start attaching this grapevine. So that's what we're going to do today. I haven't placed a hook on there just yet because I wasn't sure whether to use the ribbon, the sage green ribbon. I think I may because it's very thin. So let me just grab that sage green ribbon and then just start to bring the camera down as well. I have got some baubles out, Christmas ornaments, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use them. So let's just bring it down, guys. I want to bring that in front so you may be able to see me use it. I hope it don't move. So yes, we're going to do that. I may have to alter the camera a few times just to get in position with all the things. So again, I've attached them with the cable ties and put a bit of glue on just to keep them secure. It doesn't stand like that because it just rolls. The ribbon that I want to place as a hook is on here, and I want to place that at the top, I think. So, let's first of all attach our foam. So I want to attach it in the centre there, and I want to bring a cable tie round, probably 2, just to hold it, because I want to bring things coming down from inside here as well as on top, coming over the sides. So let's just get some cable ties. I have to let me place it there because I know it'll hold there. I hope I may have to double up. I have got longer ones, in fact. But they all look a bit too long. And again, let's give it a go. Oh, they may not be. I hope you're all well, everybody. Right. So I want to place that like so. So I'm just putting it underneath, going around with the cable tie. And again, I just want to secure it to make sure it's central. So I'm just going to look at it from above. So that's one side. And I'm going to do it on this side as well. And that's all I'm doing to hold it in place. going to snip off the excess. And I'm going to do the same here. But with this one, I'm placing it inside as well. And I'm going to be placing floral and a few things in there. Here, things are just going to dangle down. So let's just get another. Oh my good gracious. You see, guys, I can't let it move. I have to watch it. So let's put those over there. So let's just place that one here. I may just need one with this one because it's much smaller. And do it around the centre. And I'm pulling on it really tight because I don't want it to go anywhere. It's going to leave a bit of a dent inside the foam, but that's okay. I know, yeah, it's not going to go anywhere. So that is our foam attached. So what I wanting to do with the, oh, I need those. I want to do with these, I want to just, if I just move that out of the way, it does tangle up a bit, guys. I'm wanting to start from here and go all the way around, and I'm going to have to attach it either with a few cable ties, but I won't go over the top of this. I will thread the cable tie through the small piece of grapevine. So let's just get some out. And first of all, let's go through here because I don't want to see the grapevine having cable ties around the top. So I just need to hold it. You can cover this with just ribbon or something. So I've got that piece in. Let me just cut that off. And just go a little bit further down. Again, I don't want to place too many on, so I may place one if it holds at the top and one at the bottom. I need to pull quite tight. If we need one in the middle, then I will place one in the middle. But I just really want it to sit, or I could place a bit of glue on there just to keep it sat in place. And then I want to go around, follow the circle around, do another one just here on this side. And the reason I only really want to put two in is so you don't see cable ties on the inside of the the rings, and we have them near the foam, and that will just hold it in place. So I'm going to cut this about here. And then pull. So that gives you that sort of a look all the way around your framing of your rings. Oops. So then I've got to do that again. Let me just wrap that round with that wire. And I'll start here. In fact, I'll just cut a little bit off. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Just straighten it up a little on the end. And we place it just in the top corner like that. Just hold it in place while we get another cable tie. Go through. Bit of a stick there. Take it to the bottom. I don't cut it when I'm down at the bottom because I'm following the circle round. A little bit awkward to hold it in place. Oh, here's my cat again. Get down. And I'm just going around. And then I'm going to attach it here so it doesn't move here either. Because you may, if you do it like this, wish to glue something into the grapevine. You know, in here, if you wish to place some foliage. Straighten all this. I may have to glue a bit of it on. So as you notice, the cable ties are all going around the bottom where the foam is. So we've got that so far. So the last piece, if I just place my glue gun on, guys, while I'm just placing this on, because I think I may need to just glue the odd piece down. And get that just to sit there. Yeah, I'm going to have to put some glue on. I think if I didn't, it'd irritate me and it'd just keep sliding off the ring. I just cut where we're finishing. There's not enough, I'm going to have to go through that one. So that is it all on. So yeah, I'm gonna just have to glue just around the central points of it, or in several places, just to hold it together from keep sliding off. But basically that is what we've got going around. A little grapevine effect. So let's just put these other cable ties away. So we don't need that either. before we go any further, what I'm wanting to do is place our poinsettia in the center. I'm going to have to cut this extremely short because I don't want it going through the back, or should I say underneath. So let's just get that in the center. So I want it slightly up, but not too far. There we go. And then we'll manipulate our oh, he's hanging around his treats, guys, the cat. Let's just move. You can have those just leaning down slightly, the tips of the petal. Just so we'd have that inside like that. And then we're going to work around and put foliage and things like that at the bottom. I don't need another one up at the top unless I decide I don't want the bow, because I did make the bow. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. This will see, I could have another poinsettia and just have bits of ribbon hanging out from it. I may do that. And then I'll just have to undo the bow and just use that. And have little pieces of tail ends. Well, I've got to do the same with this one as well. I'll do that now. I've seen my glue guns ready. We're going to just, in a few places, place a little bit of glue. Place that on. Let me see, something's not right here. And I just have to add another cable tie onto this bit. It's only hanging on to one piece of twig, so I'm going to go around the whole lot with this. And hold it in a bit better. Give it a bit more support. So I place a little bit of glue on that one. I'm going to do the same on here just by moving it a bit. And then placing it back on. And then just doing that all the way around. Get down. Come on, please. Oh, Marley. Oh, God, sorry, guys. I've just nudged him lightly and he twisted around and jumped on the box of the tin of poinsettias or bucket. Got something what's in the way there. Just holding that one a little bit because there was a little piece of wood that was slightly in the way. Right, that's all the sides done. Now give me one moment, guys. So it's time to lock the cat out. There he's in the house. So, now we've done that, which looks lovely. Now it's all set in the position I'd like it to be. So we're going to place in our other poinsettia at the top. So I'm just going to place it in there. I don't want to go too far out again. We've got another one. So I'm placing the petals as much as I can in between. That one should go in the centre. So we've done that on top as well. So what I'm wanting to do first is get the bigger and the longer pieces in first. Let's place that like so. And I tend to usually start with the longer pieces that I'm placing in. And then any shorter pieces I can work on, above that. And with these longer pieces, I just slightly bend them. I'm wanting to come outwards like that on top. And I want to just place 4 in, I think, going on either side around the edge on top. I don't know whether I want any on the bottom. I don't want, no, I put shorter pieces on the bottom. So let's get the bigger pieces on the top. And I'm going by the shape of the foam, where the, you know, the sides are, where to place it. So I will place this one on this side. And I will do that all the way around in 4 different places. So it looks quite spiky, but once we've got everything in, it will really look pretty. And don't worry again guys, if you've not got anything like this mountain pine, you can use grasses instead. So we've got that. So there, that is above our beautiful, oops, let me hold it. I don't know what to call it, guys. What do I call it? It's like a chandelier, I guess. What I'm doing, guys, because I think I'm going to be better off standing up, I'm going to attach some of this ribbon to use for the hook. So I'm just folding it off so that the felt side, the velvet side is, you know, back to back with each other. So what time? There's a gap there. I'm hoping I can get that through. Let me just grab. I pushed it through maybe with my scissors. And I may have to come through the poinsettia with the hook. We'll have a hook, just tying a knot. So and I'm just placing a little small bow at the top as well. So I'm going to need a hook to hold it up. goodness. I need that to go over the cable tie. Right, so let me just come, it's a bit wonky at the moment. I think I need to alter the hook. Let's see if I come back a little bit. Right, so now I've placed these in, we're going to add some more foliage in and around. And this is what it does, it will hang up. I may have to double up with the hook and get another one there to double up with it, guys. So just bear with me with it. Oh. So we're over here. Now I want to get these pine in. And I'm going to bring 3, and I'm doing it in a triangular position. I could place 4. I think they'll overlap each other because they are quite wide. And I'm going to go in between the gaps where there isn't any of the long pine needle. One. Yeah, I'm going to need 4. I'm just bending them over. Yeah, let me just grab one more, guys. Where did I place them? So we've got that. So that's those 4 in. Now I'm just going to place in on the bottom where the poinsettia is on the bottom some smaller pine. Again, what we've got up here. I'm just going to bend that over. And I'm going in between where these 2 big ones were, so I've formed the triangle. I don't want it to go too far. Bend those over as well. I think, guys, what I'm going to do, because it will irritate me, I'm going to get a bit of rope and I'm going to try and balance it out and maybe take that green velvet one off for now. Let's just try it first. And then I'm going to go over this side. So I'll just turn it. I'm going to have to get my smaller snips because I can't grab it. Please bear with me. So sorry. It's just that I'm very picky. As soon as it doesn't go right, it starts to fray. So you have to try and get it through first. There's just something. Let me just take it off the hook. Something's not right. One moment, guys. Let me pause the video till I've done it. I don't want you to see me just keep struggling. There, guys. I had to just fiddle around with it first before I could get it to do what I wanted. But I've done it. I won't allow anything to defeat me, guys. So that's better. It's not looking like it's slightly on one side. So I will, and I've sorted that. Right. I was on the pines at the bottom. I also want to add in, I'm going to take the rubber bands off most of the things. To add in some of our pine tree, and with this being slightly long as well, I've only got one long piece out. Have I? No, did I get three? Oh no, I cut three. So I may do the triangular position at the top, or I may, on the smaller parts, bring those down here, because the top is the biggest part, and obviously the bit at the bottom is just, you know, the smallest piece. So I may have to get a fourth out if I feel I need a fourth of the larger ones. In fact, let me just cut one off. Gosh, I'm not that prepared today, guys. I thought I was. Let's just get one more. Just cut it off. 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 of the little ones. So let's get the smaller ones in around the bottom as well. I'm going to place these in between where I've placed the pine. I do want to, you know, I'm giving this a little bit of a length on the bottom piece, but I don't want it to hanging too low. Make sure I've got it the right way up. So there is just bits of pine there. I feel I could easily bring some smaller pine needles, again mountain pine, you know, at the top in between. Just gonna see where I'd like to place these. Or do I have them slightly quick? Yeah, I'm going to have them slightly where these pines are here, the small ones, just under there, slightly coming down the longer pieces. Just cut that. So I'm just going to go under there. And just have those coming down like that at the side. And I can bend them, you know, to hang. But I don't know what's on that one. Because I don't want them on where the long mountain pines are, because that is really quite long. So I don't want anything long on there as well. I'm just placing a 45-degree angle, a 22-degree angle on these because they're not very strong, the stem. So I want to make sure that they go in. Where have I been? 1, 2, 3. Now last one. like so. Right, I do have the conifer. I'm going to bring the conifers here, and I may need to get some more out and bring some down at the bottom as well. I don't just want it at the top. So let's just get some at the top. And I'm placing these like in each 4 corners of the foam. One. So that's it on the top of the 4 corners, how it looks so far. So how many I've got? 1, 2, 3. Need one more. Let's get these in at the bottom as well. Again, I'm going to place them around the same position as at the top where the poinsettia is. Oh, I've just been poked in the eye. Have I just switched my... Oh no, I thought I'd switched my glue pan off. I keep catching a long pine needle. Cutting the stems quite short on here. I don't want them too long. This is an arrangement that you could either hang outside, or if you feel you'd like it inside, you know, it would look really nice, or in your room, in your hallway, under your porch, outside your front door. That's sort of a arrangement. You could use it for anywhere like that. So that's it now with the conifer at that end. I don't need any more. Excuse me. Let's have a look. I've got these. I have got other pine as well. So if we need any others, we'll grab some. So here's the smaller mountain pine with pine cones. Again, I'm going to place those up there with the pine cones, and I may need some more down at the bottom. I've only got 3 ornaments, so I'm going to have to pull away at the others. 1, 2. So I'm placing them with the tree pine with a little mini pine cones on. They come as they pick like that, and they are on paperback, so I just pull them off and they go further. And then I'd want one here. So then we've got the 4 around the top. It's a pity those pine needles aren't, pine cones aren't longer, so they could droop over the edge. So I've got smaller ones for down the bottom, just around here. Let's get the smaller ones in first. Oopsie daisy. Just bring those down. And I don't mind these being either, you know, all different lengths. I don't want them all the same. You can manipulate, they've got little wires on, so may cut that one. I'm just having them where they're just hanging at the bottom. So they're like that at the bottom. So let's get the ones at the top in. Just move them apart. I put all 4 in, guys. 1, 2, no. Silly me. I just can't count. So that's all 4 at the top with the pine cones, and then you've got your pine cones down at the bottom. So I'm not going to need that, any more of these. Oh, my husband's home. Here's my cat again. Oh my goodness. Place there. Let me just see where the other pine is that we've got. I'll have a look in a minute. We've got these yet. We've still got the bit of gold to place in as well. That will bring it alive, guys, even more when we add a little bit of gold. I think I may do what I did yesterday and add these near the end. So let's add some of the gold pieces of the foliage. Hi, hon. Hello. Thanks for the coffee. So I've got some on little single stems where I could bring those. But again, as soon as we start bringing these in, this will bring it alive even more. So I'll probably just part the ones with more on to go to the top. These are the bigger ones. I'll bring these down here maybe. So we'll start at the bottom. And these have got little pine needles or spikes on the edge. So hence the reason I decided to use these. I could have used some spiky fern because it's like a pine needle effect. But I wanted something a little bit flatter just to, you know, bounce off of everything instead of having everything, you know, spiky. Hence the reason I decided to go for this colour instead, or this type. Should I say not colour, type? I am getting it really wrong today. I've done one of these before, guys, and I never had trouble with it before placing in the ribbon on. I think it's perhaps because I did that to start with before, but never mind, it's solved. We solved it. So again, I'm going in all 4. If I take it into account the pieces of foam that I've cut. Obviously, because it's small rectangles, it's got sides. So I'm going in on all 4 sides. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have to put 2 pieces here. One. Just make sure I've got it on the right side, guys. There, so we've got a bit of that gold down there. So let's bring it up above as well. If I can find any room. Running out of room. One. You may not really be able to see them. So I may need something gold to come down. So I'll get the spiky fern that I was going to use, if I can reach it. Very long. So we've got this. I have got smaller types in here, so they may be better, and they're just very slightly different to the longer ones. Just slightly. They're a bit more, these actually look more like a pine than these. They're a bit wider. These are quite slim, so they're just slightly different. I think I'll use those instead, and I can bring those then where the pine is and bring those incorporated into the pine because it's long like the pine. So we'll do those. Let's just get these in and around the centre. The poinsettia looks quite deeply set now, so I don't know whether I'm okay about that, because the poinsettia you are going to see is that one there. We'll see. I've got to order some more of these. I'm running out. I think somebody says to me, well, you don't need them now. Christmas is virtually over. Oh, I do. I use them all year round. If people want wedding anniversaries, golden wedding anniversaries, things like that, I use them for that. And then our final one, just here. So that is it on above as well. So it's like that. So I think it'd be better now if we brought in some longer gold coming down from the sides on top. So let's just, so we'll do that. And I'm going to move a few of the pine needles out of the way, and I'm going to go in between the pine, mountain pine, so it intertwines with it. So we've got it like that. Some are longer, I think, than others. That's not a problem. I don't like it too uniformed. Again, let's move some of the pine. That one wants to bend over a bit more. Instead of just having it all green hanging over, I do like to incorporate the gold as well. to balance it out. So 1, 2, 3. So we've brought out the gold in there as well, as you can see. Isn't that pretty? Now, I don't know whether to have a few. I may put a few of those up there. Let's try and place some of these in before I put the holly in, because I don't want the holly to be hidden. Let's just open them all up. Going to bring that bit of Christmas into it. So let's start at the bottom. You. And I'm just placing them in. Again, these aren't going to be in a sort of any placement. I'm dotting them around. I'm bringing some slightly higher than others, some lower than others, you know, a bit further down, hanging over. Just under ear. And again, there may be two together, but one is in a different space and one's slightly longer. So I make sure that they're not both the same size. I think I'm going to put one there. Let's just cut that. As well. And then let's do a few on top. Cut a few down of these as well. Unless, in fact, I won't cut any just yet. We'll get some coming out. It's slightly longer. I'll just bend a few. Move some down. Again, just lift up a few of your bits of your foliage and few in underneath. We have got to make sure this isn't, you know, it's got foliage underneath and it's not looking just like the piece of foam stuck there, because you will be looking up at it. So for that case, for the foliage, with it being a Christmas arrangement, I'd use something like ivy, anything like that. Just get a few on top as well. I've got one without a pit. If you can hear that noise, guys, it's my cat purring. He purrs very loudly. That says apparently it's a show of sad contentment. I need a few coming down around here. Let's see. Here. You could place lights on these as well. Right, I'm just going to leave that for now. I do want, I think, to get some ribbon. I did cut this. I don't know whether to just have it green hanging. Well, I think because there's a lot of green, we may need gold, guys. So do I go for a sparkly one, or do I go for that one because it's, oh, I'll go for that one because it's thinner, and let me just see. Yeah, that one's better. So I need to know, I'm going to put these in before I finish off with the rest of the stuff. I'm going to put in 4 sides. Do I do a 1 loop and then let it hang? I may do that. I may do 1 loop where I just go over, pinch it, however loop, you know, I want to make, however big, and then let the tail end hang. I will attach a cable tie. I just want to see how big the loop. I may need to go a little bit bigger. So let's try again. So what's that? So it's a 14-inch, so a 7-inch loop. So I'm going to get the cable tie. Just wrap that around. Before I pull it too tight, I will place in a floral wire so I can stick this into the foam. And just bend it over and just twisting it, and then I'm wrapping one of the floral wire stems around the other to create my thicker stem to pop into the foam. And I've got a little bit hanging left, about a little bit of 1 inch. I'll dovetail that so it still looks nice in there. So I'm going to just place it in. I haven't cut it off the roll yet. I just want to place it in first, where I'm going to put it. I can just hold underneath. Can't see. Let me bend that over again. Dip it in the glue. There we go. And then you've got that hanging. So I've still got this hanging down here because I haven't made my mind up how long I'd like. So I think maybe so it's reaching about here. So I'm going to dovetail that. So then that piece can just hang, I mean, intertwine it with your foliage. So it hangs down. So again, dovetail that piece. 14-inch. Oops, hang on. I don't know whether to do two of the loops or 4. I'm going to start off with 2 because I may just want 2 loops and then the rest are 4 tail ends, if that makes sense, guys. So I'll just do 2 of these with the loop, and the other ones in the other corners will just be tail ends. I'm just wrapping it around one of the other stem. If you've got a pick machine, and you know, that would be much better. Again, in the UK we find them very hard to get them. They're too expensive. We have to have them shipped over, and then the shipping cost is more than the actual pick machine because of the weight. We go by the weight, which is quite heavy. And intertwine that with some of your foliage as well, so it looks like it's all incorporated within. And I don't mind some pieces of the ribbon longer than others. I think that adds to it. Mind you, that one might be a bit too long. Let's shorten it slightly. My coffee. I think, and plus it's how it sits on the actual arrangement. Now to me this one's sticking out a bit too far, so I'm moving it across out of the way of those mountain pines. I'm just making it flatter, bringing it down. Maybe this one too, because it's right on the way the mountain pine is. So just bring that underneath. So I'll hang on to those for the loop, and I think we may just have tail ends for the others. So you just grab it at the top about an inch out, give yourself an inch so it doesn't come out. And then just do the same. I may have short tail ends on these two, not as long. So I think I will bring these about here. Gosh, I am dropping absolutely everything today. I'm going to cut these shorter as well. That doesn't look as good. And then one more. Sorry if this video is going on again, guys. I think if I'm being quite honest, right from the beginning it's given me problems, you know, with the positioning of the hanging. And then choosing to do these ribbons instead after I'd just made a bow, which is taking up a bit of time. I'll just cut that one. Once these are in, that should be done for the ribbon. So let's go under here. It's really hard to see. Right, that's it now for the ribbon. I'm not going to add any more. Let's get rid of that out of the way. And let's just carry on. Right, I'm going to need some ivy. Oh, what have I got up there? I think I may just put 4 of these up there. So I've got these 4 here. And that's just to fill in that space there. It can be quite challenging to try and get everything to do with pine needles, you know, all in an arrangement, because it all looks very similar. But it's a great challenge, guys. Something to challenge yourself for. Can't see it. There we go. Let's intertwine these. Right, so that is that done. I've got these two left here because we've got to fill in. I'm going to put two here and these on the bottom. And just stick those in there. I've got some of the flocked pine needles as well that I'm going to get in the bottom as well. I think that one might be a bit long, so I haven't cut it. Let's bring that one up there. I need to cut the stems. And I'm just placing these in and around again where I feel they are needed. I know something's needed here, so let's get one in there. I have got a couple what are not flocked in here. I'm going to stick those because they are pine needles. There. There too. I think I may have to lift that poinsettia though, because it does bug me. So where I'm going to get, there's different types in it, or different ones in here. I'm going to get a variation of them, pull them out. And I'm going to cut these relatively short. And before we carry on, I'm going to lift up and I'm going to do under there where the top of the foliage is to cover some of our foliage, our foam. You can put holly in, It's just to give that, I may have the odd piece just hanging lower, so it makes it look like the arrangement is going to meet up with the ones at the bottom. Get a few more. I'm choosing the ones mainly with the bigger leaves because they cover the most of the foam without having to put too much in. And then I think I've got these 2 gold pieces left, no 3, what I'm going to add as well, just slightly hanging below. So little bits like this that you can use underneath and incorporate it just to make it look like it's all coming together as one. Like it's joining from the top to the bottom. It's just hard to hold. So I could bring the odd one under here because we've got to cover this as well. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to pause the video while I fill in with the ivy because you can't see me doing it. So you don't just want to be looking at me just popping it in while you can't see anything. So I'm going to be back shortly. So just bear with me, guys. Hello, guys. Right, I've finished that. I've covered it underneath as well, and I've done underneath here also with the green. I have, while I've been doing that, also lifted the poinsettias, both of them, so I've brought those up as well. And I have got some baubles out, or Christmas ornaments, and I think we need some in. I've been looking, and I think just to add in the Christmas spirit. And then I'm not sure about the holly. I've kept it out, but I don't really think we need it, so I've placed that out. So I thought we'll just place in some baubles, and I've done something green, and these are very light, like a champagne gold, so we've got those as well. So I've done a mixture, I think 4 of the bigger ones and 6 of the smaller ones. That's what I've got out. So I'm going to place in some of the bigger ones just up here where the there's a bigger gap. Now I've lifted it just to fill that gap. So I'm going to place those in there. So if I just see, it's hard to see when it's full. There, so we're just like in that little gap here. I don't want them exactly, no, but like that. So I think we're going to do that up around this side as well, because gap here now. I don't know where to hold now, guys. So we've done that one also. Just going around and having a look. I think I'm going to pull that one out and make the stem shorter. Knowing where to find the foam. There we go. Maybe I could do the same with that one also. Where is it? Can't see. Oh, I'm way out. The glue's dried now. Oh my goodness, what a day. But breathe, guys, just breathe and it will all come good. Just trying to see now. Hello? One moment. Hiya.
It's like a fort in here.
Yeah, I noticed.
I like it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye. Alright, now I'm going to have to do that bit again now. So, I love talking to anybody, me. You can come all the way from wherever and I will stand and chat. There we go. Just move some of the foliage around. Bend back the leaves. So there. I may want to stick a gold in with them though, because it looks odd just having that green. So let's move some of the foliage. Have a bit of the gold slightly sticking out further. Here's the other one. Go. So I'm going to bring, I think I'm going to bring one of the green as well down here. So again, what's up above again, you know my saying, what's up above, bring below. So let's get the green ones in. That one and one there. One there as well. Something. And then I'm going to put 2 of the gold just down here also. Just stick in there as well. And do one here. And then with the other 2, I'm going to put up here. I think that's better. But I'm going to bring them slightly lower. Not too much, but just so you can see that they're incorporated into it. And again, do the same with this one on the opposite side. There we have it. And that one as well. Let me sort. Let's sort this one out. This one, out of all of the tail ends, is just not having a great day. It's just not wanting to sit where I'm placing it. So let's see if I can move it to the opposite side. Take that out. Because it's got that. And move it here. Better. So then we'll place that now back in. Where was it? Oh, yeah. Fluff up those 2 little loops. And again, I've got things in there for depth. Let me do this one as well. So I've got things there for depth, and I've also, that's better, got obviously the lot longer stems sticking out. Now again, as I said right from the beginning at my lovelies, that I was doing this based on just pine needle sort of foliage. So pine tree, you know, conifer is in that category. It is classed as a pine needle. So I've done it, and I've tried to challenge myself. I've not really done just a pine one before, so I've challenged myself by trying to just do pine and stick to it and add a minimal amount of gold, because I wanted to see the pine more than anything, which I think you can't miss it really, can you guys? And I wanted to show you that it can be done if that's all you've got left of your Christmas foliage. You've just got pine needles and that, just to show you that you can do something with just the pine on its own, which I mean, this is not what I've just got left. I just thought I'd do something different and challenge myself just to do something with pine. And you don't have to have the gold with it, guys. If you do some challenge yourself, you could have, you know, whichever colour you like, whatever. If you're, again, if you're on your last bits of your Christmas arrangements, because we are starting now as florists, you know, especially when you're in the trade and you have to sell and things like that, we have to be at least 1 to 2 seasons ahead of whatever season we're in now. So I should really now be starting to make things for Valentine's and spring. So I know, guys, I know we've not got over Christmas yet. This has not even arrived, but that is just how it is in the trade side and business side. So because if you waited for all those, if we waited for the actual day and then decided to put the stuff in the shops and that, they wouldn't be there on time. So we have to prepare everything in advance to go on for sale for that day that's arriving. So I shall be starting very, very shortly, because I think I've got one more Christmas order to do and I have completely finished with them all, unless somebody comes up at the last minute. So I decided with some of this just to show you, if you're in the same situation, what you've got left with some of your Christmas foliage, especially if it's just pine, or even if it's another foliage, you've just got one piece, you know, something of the same category, you know, like if you've got ferns, but you've got different types of ferns, you know, crocodile fern, Boston fern, you know, things like that. You could place those together, Himalayan maidenhead fern, you know, place all those different types of ferns together, different lengths, you know, small, large, wide, thin, you know, to give off spiky fern, you know, to give off that contrast and everything. And maybe spray a few if you've not got them in a different colour and you've only got them in green, maybe spray a few as well, and that could make a nice arrangement. Put it in a little, you know, on a piece of foam and stick a candle in the middle as well. Fabulous, fabulous. That gives you a chance for all your Christmas oddments as well, what you've got left to use up, to make a little arrangement to get, you know, so then you've completed with all, and it's out of the way, your greenery. So, and then looking forward to doing Valentine's Day, even though it's one day, it doesn't really last long. But mainly I'm looking forward to spring and summer. That's my sort of like times I like. But it's just the colours and the variety of things you can use. The soft flowers and the pretty flowers. So again, this is what we've done. So give it a go, guys. If you've got any of these rings, you know, to give it a go with. If you haven't and you want to, you know, again, you can purchase them off of Amazon or anything like that. Just type in Google search wooden rings and you'll get them all up, coming all in different sizes. Or try wooden floral rings. You may get them like that as well. So, and again, try it in any colour. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I really do. Sorry, so sorry for all the little things that was taking time to sort out, the wonkiness of the of this, you know, of our arrangement. So and then we had to sort that out. Then obviously I didn't want you to, you know, sit there at home watching, or wherever you're watching, just watching me lifting that up and putting in filler foliage. So I thought I'll just pause the video and I'll just crack on and get it done, so it's quicker for yourselves and it's not going to be as boring for you. So this is what we've finally come out with. So I hope you really enjoyed it, and again, forgive me for the little mishaps and things going wrong. And my cat, he's not here now, he's gone, he's had enough. So please subscribe, share and like. Again, to all your friends and family, guys, to your colleagues and people like that. It's just a case of it, you know. It's just that it gets my business recognised on YouTube. So if you type in artificial flower arranging my videos, the more subscribers and the more comments I get noticed. and I start climbing that ladder to the top. And I mean, I've had a few people who have just said that they came across me by chance. So obviously that then tells me, you know, I'm not yet there. Well, I know I'm not yet there. It's got to work hard to get there, but you know, it will help. And keep your comments coming. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Have a nice evening, and enjoy whatever you're creating. And I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. And keep going. You're all doing fabulously well. And if it's cold where you are, guys, please wrap up and stay warm. I really do worry about people when they don't wrap up warm. It sends shivers down my spine. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow, and take care. God bless. I love you all. Bye for now. Bye-bye. So there we have it, guys. I've got caught on me. There's just the little baubles that we put in, the green, like a sage green, and the champagne gold. These little mini mountain pine with the pine cones, the long, big, wispy mountain pine. And there's that, now to me that could be taken for a conifer or something, but it is a fern, but it looks like it's pine needly, so hence the reason I've added that. And there's a little tree pine with the baby, aren't they diddy, the baby pine cones. And there's the pine needles that I sprayed. I'm gonna say pine on everything, guys. Where did we get to now? I forgot. Oh, apart from this, conifer. But that is, again, classed as in the pine needles category. And then I've got just some pine needles here that are plain. I've got just these. Can you see the spikes on them, guys? If I zoom in, the spikes. So I thought with them being spiky, I could use those. And again, down here, we've got some flocked pine needles. We've got our tree pine here. And again, our smaller mountain pine and our smaller pine cones. And obviously conifer again. And our beautiful poinsettias sat in the middle. And underneath, we've got pine needles. And I've just added some ivy just to cover underneath. So, and the same for above. So again, and our ribbon that I've just added tail ends, and that's the ribbon we've chose. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I hope it inspires you to give it a go. It's not as big as it looks on the camera. Well, I don't know. Well, not to me. Let's put it that way, not to me. So have a wonderful day, guys, and a wonderful evening. Take care. I love you all. God bless. Bye for now.